Welcome to Pressing Matters. I'm your host, Jamal, Radio Raheem. Now, Pressing Matters is the home of physical media, whether we're highlighting CDs, DVDs, vinyls, I'm interviewing somebody, showing you my collection, as long as we're talking about that physical media, because over here, physical media matters. In this episode, I'm interviewing my boy Hydro, the MC, and we talked about it all. I had to cut some stuff out, man. We were just yapping about music. I love having these type of conversations, man. I'm definitely going to have him back on the show. But without further ado, check out the episode, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.
I don't want to go to work today, but
I thought you was off.
Hell no. I go at 12. I do 12 to 6. I run an after school program.
Oh, okay, got you.
But I have to be there at 12 to do like the emails and talk to parents and meetings and stupid shit like that. But
got you.
I hate that shit. Like the meetings part sucks. The being with the kids is easy. I like that. But the meetings and these parents, don't get me started. All right. So first question I'm gonna ask you is, what got you into collecting records?
I think young age, being in the basement, messing around with my parents' old stuff. The record player never actually worked. I just always had the records down there. It was like a half a clip of records, and I used to just play with them. And I never actually played the records though.
Oh,
I
really?
just had them. Yeah, I'll pretend like I'm a DJ and like run my hand back and forth. But the needle, they never had a good needle, so I would just play with the records. And then at some point, I got older, wasn't doing that anymore. And I'm 41, so I was during the bang of like CDs. So records just wasn't even normal to me growing up. So then at some point we went to a store and it had to be like 97. It was either late 97 or early 90. I was like 13. We went to a music store, everybody looking at CDs, and I looked on the wall, and for some reason this music store still had records, even though that was not a thing. Like it just wasn't. I don't think people realized like records was kind of dead. There wasn't no like it wasn't normal to just go in a music store and grab a record. But I looked and I already stacked these records up next. I grabbed this when I was like 13, and this apparently is a repressing from like 95. And I grabbed this because it was right after Tupac died. It was right after both of them died. And I was in there, I was kind of looking at the stuff like this is history. It's like this is a dead medium. I know I can't play it, but I'm gonna buy it. And I just bought it. And that I would say that was the first time, but I really didn't start collecting records till way after that. And this is actually still sealed.
Oh wow.
I never opened it because I couldn't play it. And it was just in my parents' house. And when I eventually started getting into records more, I went back and grabbed it, and I just haven't had the heart to open it yet. I'm gonna open it though. I open all my records. I pull all the cellophane off. I don't care about hype stickers. I open everything right after I buy it.
I'm the same way. I open them. I'm listening to it.
Yeah, even if it's super old, I don't even care. I just pull it.
I don't have the. I tried. Like there was a time when I really was like, I'm gonna be a collector and sell and stuff. That lasted like a day because I was like, I was just looking at the record. I'm like, I'm playing it. I don't care.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I'm never gonna.
I grabbed those two. I grabbed those two when I was like 12 or 13. And then I still didn't grab any more records. And then I got older and moved away from home, went back and grabbed all the records that were in the house. It wasn't that much, just old pop stuff from the 80s, because they're mostly my sister's records. She's 9 years older than me. So it was like Billy Ocean and a whole bunch of New Edition, Prince and Michael, like the popular ones, and a couple of Stevie. And I was in Germany and I was getting ready for a party. And I had those records, and I had bought like a cheap record player, like one of the ones with like the built-in speaker and like a knob for like listening to the radio. It was like super old. And I played Purple Rain while I was getting ready. And for some reason, it hit me that day. I was like, man, this kind of feel good. I think I want to get some records. And then the next day, I was walking down the street. I looked in the window of this random store that ain't even a record store, and they had Wu-Tang. And I grabbed this, just had a random store in there. And they had Illmatic. And both of them were in the window. And this is a repress from like 2009, around the time when that happened. This is an OG. And I paid 15 euro for it.
Jeez.
Because there's only like 4 or 5 records in the whole store. They just had them. And they just put them in the window. It was like, yeah. and I just went in and grabbed them. So I got lucky. I got an original pressing of Illmatic. So those are my first records I picked up when I said, yeah, I'm gonna get records. And then after that, it was...
those are great records to like get started, to be honest. I don't know if you can get really better than Illmatic and Ready to Die and stuff like that. So
yeah, but it was so early too because I didn't care about original press and nothing like that. I just kind of went in the store and was like, oh, they got Illmatic. That's one of the greatest records ever. I'll grab it. And then retroactively, when I went back and started putting stuff in Discogs and I scanned it and I actually look at the numbers and stuff, I was like, oh, this was the older one. This ain't even like a repress I put back up. I got lucky.
Yeah. I don't really pay attention to if like when I see the record, if it's the original pressing, until I get home and I'm like, oh, this is the original pressing. Like I don't.
That's the first thing
I don't go into looking for a record like, is it the original? If it's not, oh, I don't want it. Like, I'm still gonna get what I want. Like
I'm gonna get it too, but I'm gonna be honest with you. For a long run, man, I'm a snob, man. When it comes to these records, I've become a little snobby. At least I've gotten better about it now, but I'm way snobbier than I thought I would be because it was a while where it's just like it ain't original press. I'm not even buying. Like I was on some stuff like that. It was like if the original's out there somewhere, I'm gonna find it, and then you get tired after a while. I got lucky on some originals that I have. Like I got like Outkast. Like I got Quim and I original pressing. I didn't know it till I got it home, but it's like check the numbers and everything. I was like, oh, I got that. Like I've got some gems that are original pressings, but I used to seek them out, and eventually, man, you get tired, your bank account gets tired.
Hell yeah.
Go ahead and buy this repress, that kind of thing.
I do know though, like the older records, they sound better.
Oh yeah.
They sound, I don't know what it is I think maybe they're rushing it when they're making the records now or something, but the older records sound much better. Like I don't know.
When you say what they're making, you mean the actual pressing of the record or the music?
I would say both. I think all they're doing now is like taking the MP3s and like yeah. But I think also like the process of how they're doing it because it's coming out fast.
Mm-hmm.
You know, especially like the bigger artists, like it's coming out fast. We're missing songs.
Yeah, they had so I'm in the military, and part of my job is comm and communications. So I learned all about sound quality and everything like that. I already knew before I even picked up a record, like, oh, this is gonna sound better than everything. So then you keep it all analog, you're naturally gonna get a wider range of sound. So you're naturally gonna hear all the instruments and stuff, and you're gonna hear everything. And then your setup has to be analog too. Otherwise, you're just digitizing it. And
yeah.
Quality. So when people be like, yeah, man, I bought these records, what you playing it on? Oh, I got this, oh, it looks nice. And I'm sure it costs you a little bit. But like you playing it through Bluetooth, bro. It's going digital and you lost it. You lost what it is that, I mean, it still sound good, but you lost a little bit of it. And then the art of the pressure that you put down on the record to make there's a whole art to that kind of gets lost with the mass production a little bit. Like the same thing you were complaining about, like newer art, they rush it. I mean, I like them a lot, but Kendrick, that GNX,
yeah,
they ain't wait but 2 seconds to put that on the record. It sounds lower than every other record I own. It's the worst pressing that I've ever seen for a record being pushed out by any major artist in like the past 10 years. Like,
I have to cut the volume up on that. So, and I was like, damn, is it just? I thought it was my record player. So I thought it was like something wrong with the needle. I didn't mess around and bought a new needle, and it sounded the same. I said, damn, I just wasted money because like I didn't have to buy it. Yeah, the faster the record comes out when the album is fresh, I'm like, oh shit, this ain't gonna probably sound.
Yeah, it sounded bad. That one in particular sounded very bad and just low. And you could tell they didn't take any time with it. I kind of wanted to hear what they got merch ones that they were pushing out. They were like yellow and stuff. I wanted to hear what those sound like, whether they took notes or anything, or if they just threw another color on it and just gave everybody bad quality. But
I would think those ones sound better because they took longer for those ones to come out because those didn't come out till he was on tour at least.
Okay.
But the other ones, they came out so goddamn fast. I don't think they anticipated what would happen for Kendrick. Like, I didn't think they anticipated Not Like Us being super big and him being like this popular.
I think they did.
You think they did?
I think they did, and I think every artist hopes for it regardless, so they go with depressing. Because you'll see artists that don't justify. It costs a lot to press records, even the bad quality ones. You'll see artists in the crates where you're just like, y'all put money behind, like, not to. I ain't want to shade the person because I know I don't listen to his music and I can't. But DDG got records.
Oh yeah,
DDG has vinyl. These companies know what they're doing. They're like, oh man, kids are going out and buying. Da, 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 da. They put forth just bad effort on that one. I think they always anticipated putting on vinyl because all the rest of them came out, and they already had the 10-year To Pimp a Butterfly in the pocket, waiting to push that out. They know what they're doing with this vinyl. So nah, they just poor executed, which is unfortunate because most of the stuff, even if I don't like some of the music, most of this stuff is really taken care of and well executed. That was just bad.
Yeah. Cause that whole that one, like just hearing Good Kid, Mad City, and then hearing that, you can hear the difference. Yeah. I don't know if people. The thing is, I don't know if people actually care. That's the thing too. Like I care, so I can hear the difference. But like some people, they just like aesthetics and shit. Like
a lot of people. I mean, to be quite clear, I already showed you 2 records that I had never played.
Yeah.
Like one of them still in the plat. The other one I played to death. That Ready to Die I play a lot. But I bought when I didn't even have a record player, nothing. And I was just like, well, this is a piece of something. And I got it. So, but yeah, there are other people that they probably don't care. And to be honest, a lot of people buy records and then they just stream the album anyway. Like like they're not necessarily playing the records all the time, and you probably don't have time to or sit still enough to do something like that. So I get it.
Yeah, I always have to have something playing because one, if I don't, I won't do anything productive. Like I won't clean my apartment. I won't do my work. I need something in the background. I can just put it on. It's real easy. Press play. Boom.
Yeah, if I'm cooking, oh no, I line about 2 or 3 records. Just put it like I'm cooking a big meal or something. Nah, it's the time. Go ahead, play whatever.
Yeah, I know my neighbors be hating me because like I get home around like 7 every day. Come home. All right, gotta eat. Put a record on. And if they got kids, I'm sorry, but that thing is bumping. Have you ever regretted like selling a record or trading a record, not buying one?
I never had intentions on selling anything I bought.
Okay.
So reselling was never in the cards for me. Like I love shoes. I got a bunch of shoes. Never resold a pair of shoes. I got a lot of records. Never resold a record. Never had the intention of selling one. I'm not saying if somebody didn't offer me maybe a record or 2 and they want to put some money down that I wouldn't do it, but I don't see it in the cards. I did regret one time there was a Marva Whitney record. She's a background singer for James Brown. She had an album called It's Your Thing. And I was chasing that record for years, like a good 10 years, a decade. And I wouldn't break down and order it. And it was expensive. And I finally bumped into it in Phoenix. And I saw it up on the wall and it was at the top. And anybody that knows anything about a record store, you look at the wall, look at the top.
Man, that price is right. Crazy.
That was the high. If I would have bought it that day, that would have been the most expensive record in my collection for sure. But the only reason I didn't buy it, I don't regret not buying it. I regret chasing it for as long as I did. It didn't even have a song on it that I wanted. And luckily I found that out and figured it out before I went so far to just actually buy this record.
Yeah.
But I wasn't paying attention close because her name changed. She had 2 different names when she performing. It's weird. But I was looking for this one song. Yeah. So she had 2 different names. And there was a singer they replaced her with that had a similar name to her. So I was confusing all 3 of them. I made a video about it on my TikTok. It's confusing. But I was chasing after this record for 10 years before I realized, one, the name changed, but then also it does not have the song on it that I want. So then by the time I found it, I didn't necessarily want the record anymore, but I had never seen it in person and I've been chasing it for all those years. So I did kind of regret not buying it, but now when I saw that price, I got them to take it off the wall for me. Got told I had never seen it in person. Yeah, man, it was definitely over 200 where they were charging. It was in pristine condition and all that kind of stuff. But if you actually playing records, you can call it art all you want. If I'm actually playing the record, I'm not paying $200 for it.
Yeah, hell no. I got limits. I rent this dude all the first every month, so we cannot be doing that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Some people like I don't know. I don't like an artist enough. There's not an artist I like enough where I pay 180, 160.
So I've gotten past that price for two records. One of them I'll show you a little bit later, but the other one of them was Supreme Clientele. I got an original pressing of Supreme
Oh,
Clientele. It was some years back, but it was flirting with. It was like 160.
whew.
I had to order it. I just don't bump into that record. I had been searching. That was on my grill list from the jump, and I had just never seen it, and I gave up hope, so I just went online and went in and bought it. And the other one I'll show you later.
There's a couple albums that I really wanted, and then somebody ended up, I don't know who bought it for me. I got it one year for Christmas. I said, damn, you love me that much? Shit. Appreciate you. You bought that? Because I know how much they paid. I said, you bought that for me?
Yeah.
Oh, man. You about to be disappointed in what you got.
But I mean, when you think about it, if it was in that range, I mean, a lot of people ain't into Jordans and stuff like that. Like I buy shoes and stuff. I go in the store, if I'm buying a brand new pair of shoes, if they some retros or something, I'm expecting to pay $150.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, I can wear those shoes every day if I want to, but I know I'm not going to. I'm probably gonna wear them as much as I play the records. So technically, they in the same range and giving me the same joy out of buying them. But we don't frown up at $150 pair of shoes. But when somebody say, "Yeah, that's a $150 record," you're like, man, for some vinyl, man, for some pressed plastic, man.
For shoes, I don't know, for shoes, it's because the shoes that I always wanted, it's that childhood stuff that I'm like, I can buy it now. So that's how I be justifying. I'm like, I can buy it now. I always wanted these shoes.
I got to that point. I got all the shoes that I wanted as a kid. And obviously I've kept on buying since then, but not as much. It's the same thing with these records. I realized I looked at my list. I'm like, all the original stuff is checked off. Now it's for sport. And if it's gonna be for sport, it's gonna be sport as a 41-year-old intramural. I'm in and out here and there. I ain't as strong as I used to be. I got what I need at home. I'm not going to the league. We good. Let me buy my little $10 record here.
Yeah, I go to the record store now at this point. I'm like, I know what I want. If they don't have it, I just go home. Like,
yeah, I got the self-control to go home too now. I didn't have that before. I'd go in and not find it and be like, I gotta take something. I'm like, nah.
Yeah. Now I'm like, all right, well, didn't see anything I want. It's like, all right, I'm gonna go home. I'm not. And I pull cash out now. I learned my lesson. I don't bring my credit card no more. So if I run out of cash, I'm out. I learned my lesson. I went to Seattle and I spent so much one time. And at the time, I know my ex was not happy.
Listen, we talk about when you do enough, because I saw you did a video, you passed 500 records now.
Yeah.
You get to a point with records, especially if you actually going out and looking for them and not just order them and stuff. We start talking about records like this, like it's gambling. Like you just said, like, man, whatever money I pull out, this is what I'm gonna spend. That's it. I'm not going fast. I'm the same kind of way. I got that limit, but then I also like I said I went to Amoeba a couple of weeks ago. I treated it like Vegas. I was like, man, I ain't gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? Let me go and pull out a little bit more than I usually would. But I ain't go crazy and everything. I only bought like 3 records from Amoeba and then pieced out. You know, nothing crazy either. Got like a Boogie record and Catalactica because I hadn't seen that in person yet. And then the Dick Tracy soundtrack or something is one of Madonna's albums. Okay. So I just grabbed those 3 in a t-shirt and got the hell out of there.
Amoeba would trap you, especially the LA one. The LA location, you be in there all day. That would trap you. I done spent a lot of, especially when I was like starting out, because I used to live in Southern California. Whew. And I didn't have no bills at that time. Oh, I was still living at home. Yeah.
Expendable income is.
Yeah, that's the problem. My parents would be like, why you spend all this money? I ain't got no bills. What's the most memorable or surprising find you had while digging?
All right, 2 of them. One, Willie Mitchell, Solid Soul. I had been looking for this for about at that time, probably like 11 years, 12 years. Randomly bumped into it. And people that don't know, my original list of everything that I was getting as samples, I didn't look for a regular people record. If I bumped into a regular record, I just bought it because it was hot or like a classic album or something like that. But my original list was all samples. All I wanted was every sample of the songs that I loved. I didn't care about looking for the songs I love. I said I'll circle back and get those. And I realized how hard it was to get a lot of the ones I love because that gap of years in the 90s where I really fell in love with rap music like that, those records are even harder to find than the majority of stuff because they stopped pressing them to push CDs so heavy. So I was more concerned with the sample. This has the Jizza Liquid Sword sample on it. There's that guitar lift that ding, 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 ding. So I've been looking at forever and bumped into that in the record store. So that was fantastic. And another sample, Bobby Blue Bland, The Dreamer. I bumped into this randomly at Zia, the record store, the chain. So they're out in Arizona and Nevada. I found this out here in Las Vegas. One random night, and I've been looking for this ever since I first made a list, same as that. And I bumped into it in a Zia, and I thought it was a joke. Like I had been looking for this record every single time I went to any record store. And I always go to that Zia too. I just bumped into it one night. $30, grabbed it quickly. So, and people don't know that is the Ain't No Love sample from Jay-Z is on here. So
that's also another good record store. I went to the one in Arizona, the one that's in Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my brother was in there, and he don't even collect records. Like he don't even collect it. We was in there going crazy.
Did you go to the big one? There's one that's like it's like a warehouse space. It's the biggest Zia I ever seen.
Yeah, we went to a big one.
Yeah, there's Zia is actually, especially if you're on the West Coast or in this area, they're very respectable. They're the first place I've seen that I would call a chain record store that's not like like back in the day FYE and Tower stuff. They are a very respectable chain. Their prices are never egregious. They're pretty fair about stuff. They got point systems. You can get 50% off if you build up enough. Like they're actually the best example of if you were going to do a record store chain that you could possibly have. And I don't know a lot of other places like that. I go to Zia all the time. There's 2 of them out here. There's a bunch of them in Phoenix and in Tucson, which I was also living in Tucson for a while. So there's in that area, actually in Arizona, there's like 5 or 6 of them just all. I used to go ride around Phoenix and just bing, 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 hit all of them in one shot if I was there for like a week.
And you can get if you just want to get like books, you can get books there, DVDs,
video games, old retro games.
Pops. They got so much stuff in there. And I was like, the only reason why I didn't get more, to be honest, is because I didn't plan on going to a record store when I went to Phoenix.
Oh, no.
When we went to Phoenix, we were like, just go. We didn't plan it really. And we just went to a Phoenix Suns game, but we had like 2 hours to kill before the game. It was like, let's just go to the record store.
Mm-hmm. Gotta do it.
That's the problem.
Gotta do it. Have you scalping your tickets?
Yep. Like, do we need to sell these tickets? Because I have to leave the records in a damn car in hot ass Phoenix. So I was like, oh, this is about to be a problem.
Oh no, I hated it.
So I was like, oh, I don't know if we can do this. I was like, man. I was like, we don't have enough time to get back to the hotel either. I was like, oh man. Luckily the records didn't mess up, but
yeah, you lay them flat and put them in the trunk or under the seat or something so they're not in sunlight. You'd be all right, but not for super long time.
Yeah. So we got out immediately, took them out, put them in the hotel. Like, all right, the AC on. That'll be good. If you could go to dinner with any artist whose album you own on vinyl, who would it be?
I was tough on this one because like I love Stevie. I've got every Stevie record. Like every one of them. I made it a goal and purpose. There are a couple artists I did that with. Bob James, Stevie. I got every Roberta Flack record. And every Ohio Players record. I love them. But Jay-Z. I know people are like, oh, well, dinner with Jay-Z or $1 million. I'll take the $1 million. But in this scenario, it's Jay-Z. I got every Jay-Z solo record. He's probably my favorite rapper ever. It's between him and Nas. It's probably him. And I don't know, the conversations, everybody talks about like entrepreneurial and all that stuff. I'm not trying to run a business. I'm about to retire from the job I'm doing right now. I just want to talk to him about rap shit. And I don't think there's only like 2 or 3 interviews where I've heard him actually talk about rap stuff. Juan Epstein did an interview with him a long time ago that they were asking about Big L questions and stuff. Like that's what I want. So if I was able to talk to him, it'd just be about rap stuff. It really would just be about random rap stuff. The few times I've been able to talk to any artist that I hold in that regard, I always end up just talking to them about rap stuff, and they're usually cool about it. Like I had a long conversation with Ghostface one time, and it was just about rap stuff. We talked about his top 5.
Yeah.
It was really just cool to kick it, and we just talked about top 5s, and like that's the kind of conversation I'd want to have. So
Yeah, that's what I would ask these artists. I don't want to know like a business, how to run it. I don't care about like I work in education.
I ain't gonna ask them nothing about Dame. I ain't gonna ask them
that wouldn't even come up. What Dame has this. Oh gosh. When you talk about somebody who interviews be pissing me off, and I be watching them too every time. I'm like, oh Dame, I'm thinking he about to drop some gems.
Nope.
He about to talk about the process of the
Nope.
blueprint or something.
Nope. Nope.
Always him just.
Nope. I don't. Harlem is a weird situation, especially when you look back at the night. Because I used to look at those guys and be like, these might be the coolest guys ever. And for the evolution that those guys have gone through between him, Cam, Jimmy, and Mace. When I used to think they were cool. And then Dipset came around, and to be honest, I got it. I was in college when it happened. It was very popular. They were funny. Their raps were okay. The beats were banging. I let it roll, but I never looked at them like cool. I more look like this one of those things where it's like Shaq. When people are like, yo, Shaq is so funny. Like Shaq is funny as an NBA player. Shaq ain't funny as a comedian. If he's in a room with a bunch of comedians, he's not funny. Those dudes were cool because there were no other cool rap groups out at the time. Everybody was either super serious or gangsters. They were right in between. They were goofy skits and all that kind of stuff, but they were gangster. And people saw that as cool. But if you had it real cool to measure it up against, they were not that. And what they evolved to now is just silliness. And I just
silliness. It's so silly. And I maybe because I was a kid when like Dipset was like popular. Like at one time I was like, Joel Santana's about to be the biggest artist in the world.
A lot of people said that.
I was a kid, like him and listening to a lot of him and Wayne and like hoping their album would ever drop, which never came out. Like I thought Dipset, they made their way over where in California for sure where we was at, because we was bumping Dipset heavy. And then I don't know. Something just happened. I was just like, this is kind of corny. And like it's kind of corny. And I just
got back.
I never like and the seeing what they are. It's trash. They all
they all just get on the internet and just make fools. But I mean, Cam, like I said, Cam redeems himself a little bit because that show he does with the sports and stuff is cool. That kind of thing. I got some Cam records too. I bought SDE the other day. Like I like old Cam too. That's the other part. Mm-hmm. I liked Cam before he got with like Rockefeller and really blew up, at least in that sense. So what they became by then was not cool to me. What he was before that, I thought was way cooler when he was with like Big L and Children of the Corn.
He was ghostwriting for like people and stuff like
that. Yeah, Lil Kim. He was ghostwriting for Kim and a couple other people. And yeah, those were the Cam things I thought were cool. That first album was banging though. It was out there, but the more they did interviews and skits and like the stop snitching stuff and all, I was just like,
oh yeah.
All right, man. All right, cool, man.
We got too much access. I think this is the problem with social media. We have too much access to them. Like Jim Jones too. This guy is just. I'm just like, bro.
It's a man child.
Grow up. Like you got to grow up.
I've never look, man. Jim's definitely older than me. Like I said, I'm 41. I'm about to be 42 this year. Nothing in me wants to hang around a bunch of 20-year-olds.
Nothing.
A group of 20-year-olds in the mall make me go to a different store. Like I really don't want to be the energy that they have, and I know what that energy is because I had it, and I wouldn't want to be around young me either. Like,
Yeah,
you just gotta go, man. Why are you trying to pass blunts with kids? Like, it's
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 weird.
silly though.
It's weird. He like damn near 50 doing that. That's weird.
I think it's because he never got the full acceptance of his peers because by the time he actually got okay at rapping, it was already past that time. So
Yeah.
it was like, I don't think he ever got the love that he probably wanted from his peers. So then he's looking to a younger generation to give him the props that he never really got outside of like We Fly.
Still.
And
Still. He did take a while for him to blow up, but that's his fault. You wasn't good enough. Like,
and he could have parlayed it into having a respectable old man rap career like a Two Chains or something. Two Chains popped way late compared to when he was Titty Boy,
and Two
but
Chainz
he
still putting out solid projects. Like,
and not looking goofy.
not trying to be 20. Not
It's a way not to look goofy putting out music still.
because like I'm 33. I can't. I when I get around like younger kids, because like when I do like these meetings and stuff, and I gotta like run like workshops and stuff like that, talking to like 20-year-olds, 18-year-olds, I just be like, I don't want to be around y'all longer than I have to. So when this meeting is over, the second it's over, I'm leaving. Like they some of their lingo, and I'm like, damn, was I this way? Some of the stuff,
Yes, you were.
and I'm like, what? I was like, I don't want to be around y'all. Like, I want to be in home in my bed by 9:30, 10 o'clock.
I
I'm
taught
just leaving.
I taught 18 to about 21-year-olds on average for 4 straight years in the military. They are a different breed. They're a whole different, and they don't have no sense of history. They don't know anything that happened before they were born. They're just here to wreak havoc. They're raised and forged in the fires of the internet, and they have no care in the world. And they're so disconnected to anything that we care about. Like you're almost 10 years younger than me. The Dipset, we were just talking about the Dipset versus Locks happened while I was a teacher. I came in on that Monday, was like, yo, man, crazy. They had no clue
Jeez.
that a versus even happened. I had to explain to them what versus is. This is how disconnected they are from who we are as like all age ranges. They did not know what versus was or that it happened.
That's crazy.
So like they're in a different world, man. Don't try to mix in with them. Jim going down there putting on what's those jeans?
Oh, they're wearing what are they wearing?
Jeans with the crosses.
Yeah. I don't some of the stuff I be looking at them. Because they be like, oh, you dress like an old person. I'm like, I dress my age. Why am I about to be wearing
Chrome hearts?
what you wearing?
He going down there dressing in chrome hearts, passing blunts with 21-year-olds. And
Like, well, I'm like, I'm not about to be out here with y'all. Like, because they'd be like, oh, we should go out. We should go to karaoke. I'm like, I'm not going to karaoke with no 18, 19-year-old.
What you gonna sing that they know?
Not even that. Like, you can't go to the bar. You can't even go to a bar.
I just showed this record. What are you gonna sing that they gonna recognize?
Like, I don't work with. I don't get people who want to be around younger people, older. That's always going to like. Even when I go to concerts and I find myself judging people. I'm like, damn, this is the winter and you got them short shorts on. You ain't put no clothes on. Like I be sitting there like, damn,
Yeah.
what have I become?
Yeah. You became my auntie. Why that baby ain't got no coat on?
It's like, oh my gosh, you ain't got no jacket on.
Put that baby in a coat.
It's raining and you got no umbrella. I be sitting there like, even though we going inside, I'm like, you got to come outside, right? I'm getting to that point, and it's okay. I accepted this. I actually enjoy it. I enjoy getting older.
Brother, you got 500 records. You've already embraced what this is about.
Yeah. I actually find joy in going back to like listening to like, oh, I heard that sample. Let me find it, listen to that album. Like, I don't think kids are doing that now. And that's when I talk to like students, I work at a middle school, so I work with like white kids. I was trying to put it in a better way, but there's no way I can put it. Hearing who they think is like the GOAT is like so crazy. I've never heard like people love NBA YoungBoy so much. I didn't know who he was for the longest, but I still never heard an album by him, but they love him.
It's weird too because ask them a song, it's hit or miss whether they even know the names of the songs. Like it was a while ago, as a kid around that same age, who do you think the best rapper is? And said J. Cole. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, J. Cole. What's your favorite J. Cole song?
It's crazy.
Couldn't give me a song title. They're so used to just playlists and just clicking on it and moving on and not reading nothing. They couldn't even tell me names of songs. They're just like that artist. They ride with that artist and that's who they listen to.
That's crazy too. It be throwing me off too, because like I played Fantasy by Mariah Carey. They thought that song came out like last year because they heard it in a movie. And I said, no, that song is my age. It's like, no. And I was like, oh my God. They have no idea. Their stuff is just, if they hear it in a movie, they see it on Fortnite, like the dances, like they just think everything is for them. I'm like, this is all stolen from previous generations.
Yeah, two of my kids are 11 and 12. I play them old music in the car all the time, old music, but yeah, 90s stuff. And at one point I started playing 60s and 70s stuff. They thought it was hilarious. And I was like, you don't like this song? You don't think? You know what made them laugh? Live instruments.
Really?
Live instruments sound foreign to kids now because all they're used to is synthesizers and beat machines. It doesn't sound like normal music. When you really think about it, play a bunch of stuff from like the past 4 years and then play something from the 60s. You're going to hear violins and tubas and all that. You don't hear that on songs now. It's either samples with synths and stuff put over it. They thought, I played the intro to some, so I can't remember what it was. It's like, it might have been a Barry White song. Something random came on, and they just started cracking up before the words even came. I was like, "What's wrong?" They're like, "It's so silly." I'm like, "What's silly?" And then I realized it was just live instruments, trumpets. Trumpets made them cackle. I was just like, "All right, man. I guess I'm definitely aged out now."
Live instruments is like, that's why like when we hear an artist and like the live instruments is crazy, like people don't understand that because like they're so used to like sampling. At this point, I feel like I can produce a song because I can take a sample and just like,
Hey man, you can't.
oh, come on, man.
I mean, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. So I rap on the side, like as a hobby. I have since I was like 9. Record a bunch of songs. I do my own little albums, push them out. Just for the 5 people that listen to it, we have a good old time. I've even thought to myself, yo, man, I could produce. I pick samples for other producers to use. I know how to chop it up. I've messed around with MP3s, MPCs, all that stuff. You can't. And I only say you can't because you can, but the amount of time it'll take you to actually be good at it, you're not gonna want to take it because you should have started way back then. I thought about it. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna buy an MP3. I'm gonna buy an MPC. I'm about to retire next year. I have a whole lot more time on my hands. I'm gonna make beats. I thought that for like a year. And the more I did, I was like, if it was that easy, man.
That's gonna take forever to like, you gotta chop it up, chop it up, chop it up.
If it was that easy, everybody would do it. Nobody would want to split their money with some other producer. Like, I can come up with sound myself. I'll make the beats. Da, da, da. Everybody would be their own producer / rapper or singer or whatever. You can't do it, man. Not effectively.
Nah, there's not too many rapper producers that are actual good. There's like Crit.
Yeah, Crit is. I'm
good
two,
one.
2 records short. I have every Crit record.
DJ Quick. I get DJ Quick.
He is great. He is fantastic.
There's not too many. Like if they're really good at producing, usually their bars is meh, or they're like a great rapper. Their production is meh.
That's what happened with Kanye. I think it was kind of even, but his beats were a little bit better.
Yeah.
By the time you get to the second album, I think it's the only time where they were even. Great beats and great rhymes. And then it started being, well, it's more the sound than it's what he's actually saying. And now it's completely out of whack.
I have an opinion that production literally has carried him his whole career. For the first, especially after, what is it, graduation? I think production like carried, like, because some of the stuff he's saying, if you listen to the lyrics, it's just like, yeah, that's trash.
Oh, I got cooked on Twitter one time. I was like, part of Kanye's appeal was these corny lines. And people got me, what's corny about this? I'm like, yo, man, I mean, I know I'm not a I'm not a major rapper. I ain't got no deal, but I've been rapping since I was 9. I know how to analyze bars. I know how to make really good bars. I know what sounds clever and what sounds easy. You're not going to tell me that the world should be shook up about somebody saying, you can't roam without Caesar. You're not going to tell me that that's so deep that we should not be questioning the stuff that Kanye said. Like, some of those things were just corny. They were funny and fun. Like, girl he had with him, ass should have won the horse awards. What are we talking about, fellas?
The production, I'm telling.
It was fun. He made fun lines, and like it was like Throw Them D's remix, and he talk about nacho cheese. That's a fifth grader joke. Like we you're right. The production might have carried.
I just
He
don't.
said good stuff, but he always had some corny on him.
Yeah, he got great albums. I would never take that away. Like, he got great albums, but
First 5.
Yeah, first 5, and then and then we learned a lot about him that we learned too much.
Listen, man, I'm gonna be 100% real with you. I don't care about a whole lot of politics, none of that stuff. No, I care, but I'm willing to give a lot of grace. But once you start like, why somebody will hop out in anything that you would consider modern times and say anything negative about Harriet Tubman, you can go.
Oh yeah.
Like, you can go. You can leave.
Oh yeah.
Leave.
Yeah. Some of the stuff he said, I used to get in arguments all the time on. My sister was like, "You need to stop arguing with people," because TikTok was like, you get your violations and stuff for commenting. Because I used to argue with Kanye fans because they'll be like, he made graduation. I'm like, I don't care about that. If he's saying stuff against black people, I was like, I'm still black at the end of the day. Yeah. Like, I'm black. That stuff impacts me way more than you think.
Matter of fact, his comments impact his old music so much when you really look at it. Like, when he did that Drink Champs interview, like, I got all 5 of Kanye's first albums because I even went bootleg on the graduation because that never came out. Yeah. And I got the bootleg of that. And I paid a penny for it. That first run is unparalleled to me as a rapper / producer. It's just too good. But you got to understand, he went and Drink Champs and said, yeah, all of that was fake.
Which messed up his legacy.
He said, I was pretending to be a backpacker just to get in. That's not how I really wanted to be. That ain't who I am, blah, blah, blah. So he's discrediting his own persona on those early records. So when people be like, I want the old Kanye, I'm like, oh no, you want to be lied to some more.
I don't even want the old Kanye at this point. I want him to stop talking. I want like Late Registration is my favorite album by him.
Me too.
And when I hear that album, I'm just like, damn.
It makes you depressed, don't it?
Damn. Because I come back and listen to that album all the time. Like at least once a year or two, I go through his whole, the first, even after, Life of Pablo, I'll stop after that. I'll go through and listen to all those albums and just be like, you can hear like the fall off. Mm-hmm. It's just so crazy. It's just like, wow.
Me and my boy, we called it super early. By the time after Yeezus came out, we were just like, yeah, man, we having a funeral. It was on Facebook. We started a post like, all right, Kanye funeral. He came out with something that didn't make it on the album that was kind of bopping around. And I remember him performing. He had like a flamethrower in the crowd and stuff. It was really hard, but we were just like, yeah, the old Kanye gone, yo. And then we had a funeral and just posted all of his features and all of our songs on Facebook, just like, dearly beloved, we gathered to say goodbye, and we just dumped in. We've been out on him even before Life of Pablo came, because even Life of Pablo for me was like 3, 4. It's like four songs I'm willing to revisit, and the rest of them just like, man, he talking about bleaching the asshole. I'm not.
Yeah, the songs on Life of Pablo that I like a lot, it's not because of Kanye.
It's them beats.
It's the beats, and then who's featured on there.
Yeah. That one joint with Rihanna is just, I wish it was somebody else. I wish it was not Kanye so bad. They sampled Sister Nancy on there. They got
that sample is so
it's so good. The beat switch, everything about that song is fantastic. And then you got Kanye broke jaw on there talking about stupid stuff. Talking. How you make a diss track with Taylor Swift? I know people
What's
don't
that
like
song
Taylor
called?
Swift, but you making a diss song? Yeah, like
Oh,
I
what a
get
waste of
it.
a beat.
Listen, man. Kanye got beefs like Nicki Minaj got beefs. I think he wake up in the morning, just spin a wheel, and then just start talking.
Who am I going to talk about today? It's
Upsetting.
ridiculous. It's honestly ridiculous. Like I'm like, y'all too. Maybe because I don't like drama in my person. I'm like, I cut people off for less. So I'm like,
Mhm.
you got so
Yeah,
much money. You don't have to talk about these people. You don't have to see
yeah.
them again.
If my uncle said this stuff, I wouldn't talk to him no more. So why am I inviting Kanye West into my life?
Thank you.
And my uncle did not make my twisted fantasy like the cachet. My uncle didn't have the cachet to say this stuff. So like I'm nah, man.
Yeah,
Nah.
there's certain things that you just can't. Like I know a lot of people act like words don't matter, but like there's certain things you just can't say. And if you feel it, I mean, I'm glad I know you feel this way, but like I would never buy a Kanye album again.
Yeah, I'm done with that.
I would never like he drop an album, I'm not listening to it.
Nope, I ain't listened to none of the last like three. I haven't listened to since Donda.
And even Donda, I listened to that because I was I used to do a podcast with somebody, and I was like, "Oh, we talking about Donda this week?" I had to listen to it because I did not enjoy the listen. I couldn't even listen to it in the right way because I was just thinking about comments he made.
Yeah, I tried, and then I skipped to the Jay-Z track, and then I heard about was it Donda that the Andre verse was left off of?
The Andre verse, and then like because of the cuss words,
Yeah,
and
he did
which
edit it, and he
which is
came back
also
with
insane because Kanye, the stuff you have said, you you don't want to put the cuss words on it.
listen, man, that dude. I, I've dealt with enough people growing up and seen what they turn into, whether it's on Facebook, on social media, or somewhere else. Once somebody act like they turn to the church,
Oh,
I'm
so
already hesitant. So he was out there not paying a choir to go R&B remix gospel songs. I'm like, nah, man, you good. I'm not buying it, bro. Just give me this Andre verse, which is one of the greatest verses I ever heard him do. Just give me this Andre verse, give me this J verse, and I'm good. I didn't revisit Donda very much, and then
he
after that, I just didn't check at all.
I don't think there's a song on outside of the Andre song. I don't even like. I think that I after Andre 2000's verse, I skipped the song.
Yeah, I don't listen to the rest of it. I ain't even gonna say it's a bad verse either, but once he started off talking about the red hat, I was like, all right, man, we good. It's the same thing he did that song with the game
Oh
easy. I
yeah,
love that. The beat
that beat is hard.
in Game's verse, I'm like, yeah. And then it gets to the second part and he starts slandering Pete Davidson. I'm like, all right, bro, good. Appreciate it. Thanks. Kanye's become the Birdman of like, all right, he paid for the studio, y'all. We gotta let him on the song.
That's literally how it's become. It's like, all right, man.
What happened to that boy is one of the greatest clip songs ever. I do not own it and never owned it because it's on a Baby album, and I ain't buying Baby's album, bro.
I bought the Baby album for that song because I couldn't find the single. Anytime I don't know why is he on that? I know it's his song. That's the clip song.
That's a nexus point in hip hop.
That song too. I'm thinking about making a video to it. I think that might be one of the most important songs
It is
because of what spanned from it. Like,
they didn't pay Pharrell for the beat,
and then
and
the
that's
clip,
where the beat started.
then
And
the
then
clip was like, we got it. We
and
got it
Clips
from
was
here.
like, we'll take out Wayne. And then Drake was like, I'll take out Clips, even though we
Like, I'll take out Drake.
And then he took out Drake.
They literally took out Young Money. They took Young Money, Cash Money, all because y'all didn't want to pay for a beat.
You know how many things have probably, especially in rap, come from not paying for a beat? Like so many things just happen from not paying for a beat. Like Pharoah Monch. You know Pharoah Monch, Simon Says?
Mm-hmm.
And it's got the Godzilla sample on it.
Mm-mm.
They put it out. They leaked it to Flex. Flex dropped it. It became a hit instantly, but they hadn't cleared the sample yet. And then they reached out to clear the sample, and they told them, I think it was either 20 or 10,000. It wasn't even a crazy amount of money. He was on records. He was on Ruckus Records, and they weren't trying to pay for it.
Really?
was only like 10 G's. It was something like that. It was really low, like 10 G's, 15 G's, something like that. And Ruckus was like, man, it's already a hit. It's already gonna go. Nah, man, we ain't paying it. And the people that own Godzilla circled back, took all the royalties, everything from it, started licensing it for movies. Pharoah Monch said he estimates he lost about $5 million just from them not paying that 10,000.
He probably lost more because I
That
heard
joint was in the Charlie's Angels soundtrack. It was in the movie.
that song was everywhere. It was everywhere. I
Yeah.
still hear it in stuff like commercials and stuff.
He don't own it.
Jeez.
They licensed it to everything. Once they were like, oh, you're not going to even pay for the sample, they just took all the rights to the song and they licensed it to everything and made millions off of Pharoah Monch making a very, I mean, the hook to that is egregious.
The hook is trash.
The hook is crazy when you really think about it. But like, they made it a commercial smash.
That beat is just.
He got nothing.
It's all because they don't want to go through the.
They don't want to pay the beats. They don't want to pay the producer. They don't want to pay this. They don't want to pay that, and it starts.
You know, Cash Money got a history of not paying. Well, not just producers, but
everybody.
They ain't pay nobody.
The biggest grievance that is almost this how Pusha T is so diabolical. If you look back, every time Pusha T was dissing Lil Wayne, he was really dissing Baby for not paying Lil Wayne.
He was saying Baby's name too.
It's the most diabolical thing I've ever seen. It's kind of like when the first time I played spades with old people, and one of the dudes, look, I'll never forget, I use it to this day. He'll look at one player on the losing team and be like, hey man, you'd be pretty good if you had some help.
I do that.
This is your whole team, but he already picks you against the person that
I be doing that.
Hey,
my game is talking shit. I can get you off your game.
Yeah, you be good if your partner would step up. Like that's basically what he did to Wayne.
I bet your partner gonna cut you right now. Watch.
Hey man, baby, you deserve better. He hit him with the LL Cool J, girl. Why you at this bus stop?
I'm just saying. All right, let me ask this last question.
My bad. I ain't mean to get a.
Oh no, it's cool. I'm gonna leave all this in too. People need to hear this. They need to hear how I actually feel. If you're on a desert island, I don't know why I say desert island, but whatever. Desert island, and you get 5 vinyl from your collection. What are the 5 and why? This is the hard question. So
it is. If you want to jazz it up in the future, you can switch it to like I've heard. If you were in if your house is on fire, your family's safe, but you're back in the house. You can only carry out. You can only take what you can carry. You only carry 5. You got the dog in one hand. You can carry 5 records. What 5 records you grabbing? Like that kind of thing. You can jazz it up if you want. But
yeah, I'm gonna switch it up after because I'm like, there's an island. Like nobody thinking about vinyl.
Yeah, but on top of that, now you got to think about it like these are all I have to listen to for forever, and it's just like it was a tricky question. I went very basic and very predictable on the first answer. Songs of the Key of Life.
Hey.
Is the greatest record of all time.
Hey.
I was gonna zag and try to pick like 5 different genres and all this stuff. No, I changed my mind. It's Songs in the Key of Life. I actually got 2 copies of it, and the reason because I don't have 2 copies of anything else. The first one I bought, it was made for a record machine, so like it's pressed in a different order than what the actual album order is because it was meant to be stacked on top of each other. And then the thing comes down and flips it.
Oh,
so it's printed on the record's weird. So when I was playing it the first time, I was like, I don't think this is the right order. And I was like, is this a misprint? And I looked it up online. It's built for a record machine that they thought was going to be popular back then, but never really popped. So I bought another one that's in the actual right order. This is the one in the right order. And this one is the record machine order. So Songs of Key of Life is first. Second, Little Brother, the Minstrel Show. I didn't know how lucky I was to grab this. I grabbed this and the listening on the same day when I went into the record store because it just happened to have new copies just sitting in there. It's a repress from 2017, and they ain't repressed it since. They're about to come out with a 20th anniversary though.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that one on the record store date.
Yeah. The concert I went to in LA was the last Little Brother concert in LA. That's
I was gonna go to that one too, but I was like, damn, I'm gonna need a flight. I have to get a hotel. and I was like, I should have did it.
I had an extra ticket. I could have gave my ticket.
I should have.
I had 2 tickets, and my boy had surgery the Thursday before I was going up to LA, so he couldn't go with me. So I just went dolo, first in line, because I ain't nothing else to do. I was riding around town. I went to Shake Shack across the street, and I was just there first in line. They did.
It was on a Saturday, so
yeah, they did interviews or whatever. They're doing like a little mini doc for it, I guess. So I'll look out for that footage too, because they interviewed me for a while about it. Because I'm from South Carolina, and I went to college in North Carolina, and when they popped, I was first in line. So yeah, this album, whew, Bob James 2. People that don't know, this guy Take Me to the Mardi Gras on it, probably one of the most sampled songs
that's
ever.
what I know that from. That's
it's like it's got at least 500 samples for it. Between this, I think the Funky Drummer by James Brown and the Incredible Bongo Band, these 3 might be the most sampled things in hip hop, period. And I have all of those. I don't mean to be flexing on here like that, but I only get so many times to talk about my records.
Yeah,
I got an Incredible Bongo Band still in the plastic over here somewhere. I'm saving, opening it up, and playing it for the day when I retire next year. I've been saving it for I've had that record for like 15 years. So Incredible Bongo Band gonna get opened in. And then Reasonable Doubt.
Oh, I want that album so bad.
So many people do. It's something. I mean, you can go online right now and probably get it for like good $5.
I know. That's that's
I don't know when the spike happened over the past couple of years, because there's some records that I have that people are like, oh man, I can't believe da da da. And I'm like, what do you mean? And they'll be like, oh no, that's crazy expensive now. And I'll go look and I'm like, dang, it is. Like, this is my most expensive record.
That's an expensive record, so
I paid $170 for it because it was like $10 more than the Ghostface one.
Even then, though, that might be one of the few albums I would pay that price.
Yeah,
you ain't gonna find. They're usually not gonna repress that album.
No, they're not. I don't think they are. But then on top of that,
they would need Dame's approval, and you know.
Oh yeah, well he'll lose. He's gonna lose
eventually. Yeah.
But I mean, by the time they do it, like I'm still rocking. I got the original. I'm so happy I got this. This is one of those. Yeah, but I mean, even for the price I got it for, when I say 170, there's somebody out there is like only 170. Like, yeah, the price now is to the moon.
Through the roof.
Same thing with the minstrel show. I didn't know that either. You go on and try to buy that same minstrel show, it's gonna be a couple hundred.
Yeah, because I got
no, it's gonna be like in 100. It's gonna be in the hundreds. I bought it for $30.
I got the original minstrel show when it first came out, and I didn't know until I started putting shit on Discog, and I was like, oh, I can get like money for this. That album's never getting sold. That album has a special memory in my heart, so it never gets sold.
Yeah, but for sure. I tried to circle back and get Fonte's first solo album, 500. Yeah, it's 500 right now.
I try to find Fonte's solo album, foreign exchange stuff. Yeah, you're not gonna get.
It's crazy too because they do represses of them. They just sold out so quick, and then they instantly resell.
I want original of that. That's
I'm not doing it. Not for those.
I gotta hit a lottery or something.
Yeah, it's gonna be mandatory.
The album costs a lot.
Yeah. And then the last one, because I wanted to make sure I have a variety of sounds to pick from. So this is kind of a cheat because it's not a compilation, but it's a soundtrack that has everybody on it. Another one that people will probably.
Oh yeah. That is a cheat. That is a cheat. I'm not gonna lie. You get Whitney and everybody on there. Yeah, that's a cheat.
It's a cheat. But also, I think I picked these records because these are the records when I thought more of like a burning building than I did
Desert Island.
Yeah, because half of the reason why I'm taking these Desert Island is because I'm selfish and I don't want somebody else to get these. And I looked for this record for so long and finally found it and paid a lot for it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't want this to stay back. This is coming to the island with me. So, like, yeah, this original pressing of Waiting to Exhale soundtrack. I had to peel stickers off the front of it because some DJ had put a bunch of like timestamp stickers and stuff on it. But I mean, there's still one stuck on the back, but I don't care about the back as much. Yeah. But like, yeah, it's going for a pretty penny right now. Even the repress is expensive, and I've seen it out in the wild. I saw a bootleg of it last week for $80. Like, there's no cheap version of this, and I don't bump into it often. So, yeah, I had to get that. So those are my 5, man. It's got everybody on it: TLC, Mary J, all this stuff. I know it's a cheap, but at least only did it on one.
You got Shaka Khan on it.
Yeah, man, all of them. So
that's an album that I've come to terms that I'm not getting. I bought it on CD. I bought it on CD and was all like, "Man, you're not gonna get this." It's sometimes you just gotta come to terms with it. If I find it, I'll be like, "Yay!"
You can get the bootleg.
I'm not. No, I'm getting the original. If I'm gonna pay 80, well,
technically, the bootleg is one of the originals. It's a Jamaican press.
Oh,
which Jamaica, they're a lot looser with their copyright laws over there, and with how they do records. They'll press up anything. So when this came out, there was a Jamaican release of it the year that it came out. So technically, it is a original pressing. It's just not an official pressing from Arista. It's whatever they did over there in Jamaica. And I saw it the other day, and you might see it out in the wild. The cover art is all dark and miscolored to the point where all the ladies look like dudes with 5 o'clock shadows. And the back is like the track listing is all weird looking, but it technically is from 90. When this came out, 96, 90. I don't remember anymore. 95. Technically, it's from 95. It is technically in the quote unquote original pressing. It's technically a bootleg because Arista did not okay that, but it's a Jamaican press.
Yeah. There's albums that I'm just like, yeah, you're not gonna find it. Some albums I don't think are ever gonna get pressed again. I'm surprised the Little Brother album is getting pressed again, to be honest.
I am too, because they're retiring.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're not performing together anymore. They're done as a group.
They're done. So that's why I'm like.
I mean, I guess it's great for the fans, though.
I mean, I have the album, but I was like, I'm probably gonna buy the 20th anniversary one too. Cause I looked at the record store day releases. I was like, there's nothing I really want besides that. And I'm like, you know what? Cause I want to like frame the one that I got. Like, I want to put it on my wall and stuff like that. And I'm like, I can get this one, but I don't know what is even coming with the album that's different than what I got.
I don't believe anything.
So I'm just like, it might just be the same.
Might be. I know they pushed this year with one that I was shocked that they came out with, and I ended up getting a copy, the Chitlin Circuit.
Oh, they did? I didn't know that came out. Oh, I've only seen it on CD.
No, Chitlin Circuit, it was only 500. I got 346.
Yeah, I've only seen it on CD. I didn't know they had that.
Yeah, I'm a big Little Brother guy, so that was just a couple months ago. That probably they randomly dropped it 2 or 3 months ago, and I randomly saw it and instantly bought it because I knew I'd regret not trying.
Yeah, they even the album that came out, what was it? It had to be like 2020 or 2019.
Yeah, May the Lord Watch.
I thought the album was great.
It is.
I was like, this is not getting talked about enough. Like, I don't know, Fonte and Pooh together, I don't think they can miss. And when they had Ninth Wonder,
yeah, Fonte is in my top 10. He's close to top 5 for me personally. Yeah, I love Little Brother, man. Like, I'm gonna get May the Lord Watch, but it's going for like, it's fluctuated up and down. It's close to the 2s, man. Like, I'm just gonna have to like figure out a way.
That's why they do the payment plans.
Yeah, man.
I find it where I can do a payment plan.
Oh yeah, if I could put records on layaway,
I'm copping it.
I would have a whole stack, put it to the side, and then just pay the payments. And whenever I get over a certain amount, I can take another one home. Like, if I could sit them aside and do that, I would do it. Have basically my record bill payment. I would do it.
Yeah, they don't miss. Little Brother does not miss. Fonte really don't. Like, I think he's not gonna be appreciated until he actually stops making music. Like he could sing, he can rap.
Yeah.
Like he is very versatile. He can be on. He could give you a love song, give you the bars. That man's.
I had to come to terms with, because a lot of people are like, oh, he's underrated, and they'll say that for a lot of rappers. I had to come to terms that I think they are accurately rated because the people that actually hear them and receive them love them, and there's a barrier that you have to break through to just get that universal praise from everybody. That if they did that, I don't think we would like what comes from that.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, as much as I want all the success in the world for those guys, both of them have come to terms with what their career is. They've accepted that for what it is. They've come to peace with it. They patched up their relationship. They're going out on their own turn, all that kind of stuff. I think they made it to the level that they're supposed to. I don't think they're. I mean, I love Fonte. Like I said, he's close to my top 5. But I think he's accurately rated, if that makes sense. He's rated the way that he should be, because rating by the masses, it's almost like you move a school to a different conference. You would dominate in the ACC, put you in the Big Ten, and now you like the 5th best team. I don't want him compared to a whole bunch of other people that have way bigger hits and way whatever, because then he'll never make it past 20. But for the people that connect to him in that way, we move him up to the 5 because we know what it is without a bunch of the chatter from a bunch of people that probably don't even know his music like that. Like, let the small group push him up instead of the big group possibly pushing them down because they don't connect to it in the same way.
I honestly feel like we say, like, I even say this about Big Crit. We say these artists are underrated so much that they can't be underrated if we're all saying it. We're all saying the same thing. It's like, okay, they're not underrated. I think they're not radio. Like, they're not making songs for the radio, but they're not underrated. Like,
they're rated properly by the people that listen to it.
Like, we can't all just be like, oh, he's so underrated. It's like, there's 20 of us that are saying this. There's 20 people talking about it.
For 10 years, the number one person that, especially like hip hop online, would say was underrated is AZ. Like, that was the number one pick. Who's the most over? AZ. Every single time. And after a certain while, it's like, if you're number one in the underrated file,
you're underrated.
Then you're not underrated anymore. You're in the conversation now. So we could go ahead. Him, Royce the 5'9". It's certain people that always in the underrated conversation. Pharoah Monch, basically anybody that could possibly show up on a Sound Bombing or a Lyricist Lounge CD. Everybody's just like, oh man, they so underrated. And it's just like, nah, man, they actually rated for where they ended up.
Yeah.
I think they're fine.
I think a lot of people would like, they don't hear somebody on the radio. So, because people are, when it comes to music too, I think a lot of people are lazy. So, like, finding music. So if they don't hear it on the radio, they're like, oh, nobody's listening to it. It's like, nah, they actually like are touring and selling out around the world. Actually, like, they're still making money. Yeah. They just aren't on the radio.
Even AZ is the first rapper. They did a story about him on MTV, right? Back in like early 2000s. And it was highlighting his independent grind. And people were just like, they were trying to explain to people what that meant. AZ went independent super early. And with his dedicated fan base as a underrated rapper, he was getting like 100,000 people to buy his record, 200,000, maybe not even going gold. But he was so early in the independent, getting $10 a CD.
Oh, you're good.
AZ ain't never want for nothing money-wise this whole time. So all that underrated talk, they're like, nah, he got a dedicated fan base and he's made his money and da-da-da. Like, we got to really be honest about it. Like, these people aren't underrated necessarily. You just wish they were more popular.
Yeah. A lot of artists, like all them like Texas artists too, they don't even have to leave Texas. Like them artists, they can just tour Texas.
Yeah.
And literally just be good for the rest of their life. Just keep touring Texas. They don't have to go nowhere.
Yeah, do the rodeo once a year.
Good.
Like, good. I don't know. They don't. Yeah, rappers having their own ecosystem, especially when it's a big enough state like Texas, that works out in their favor way better. And then like that's the other part, not downfall, but the negative part about talking about especially rap stuff online. It'll just be like, you know, an artist where it's just like, well, they ain't even. their music didn't necessarily even have to leave the boroughs. Like they didn't even have to leave the tri-state for them to get their status. Because when somebody like me from the South, I listen to everything, all regions, a lot of South stuff, a lot of North stuff. I didn't discriminate on anything. And then I rate somebody and they'd be like, nah, man, they way higher. And I'm just like, yeah, but you're talking to somebody who impartially listened to all of it because we didn't even have a representative of our own. So Carolinas in general, both states didn't get a representative until P.D. Pablo.
Yeah.
I can't rep for him. If you go back and listen to listen to P.D. Pablo's lead single, none of them verses rhyme, but like one or two lines. Everything is just jabbering and it's just
Yeah, I remember when he first came out. What was that? North Carolina?
Yeah. Raise up. So like I'm judging impartially and saying, if I say, well, Outkast is the greatest rap group ever to me, I'm not really trying to argue with somebody who's never left Jersey, New York, or Philly telling me about the importance of Mobb Deep. Like, I didn't put Mobb Deep low. I just put Outkast at the top. But then they'll be like, oh, no. I'm like, all right, cool, but you're judging it based off of the ecosystem that you're in. If I'm not in any of these ecosystems and I don't have any partiality to any of this stuff, and I say my opinion, I'm not saying it's better than yours, but it's based on something.
Mm-hmm.
But all them separate ecosystems, that's why you'll get a random person from Texas be like, yeah, man, Chameleonaire is the da-da-da-da. And Chameleonaire can rap. And it's just like,
that's my favorite rapper. So
Chameleonaire your favorite rapper?
So when people be talking about like artists, I'm like, listen, y'all don't understand. Like this Chameleonaire, I'm not even from Texas, and I know. And I'm like, nah, everybody I talk to from Texas, they always talk about him. Of course, they talk about Scarface. They talk about Paul Wall.
Yeah, Scarface in my five.
Slim Thug. Like, people like, we wouldn't even think about it. I'm like, y'all so locked into y'all regions. Like, I get biased about California, so I get it. You know, I probably got Dom Kennedy higher than somebody who from the South. But
I guarantee you do. I saw Dom one time. He was on tour with Lupe. It was a long time ago. Him, D1.
Oh, this had to be a long. D1 was on tour with them too.
Yeah.
And that's so different. All their music is like
completely. Yeah, I don't know why they were together. To be honest, it was Dom. It was Lupe was the headliner, obviously, and then it was Dom, D1, and it was somebody else. I can't remember who it was, but that was a long time ago.
That's such a different like D1 and Dom Kennedy. Just they make completely.
That was like 2012, 2013. It was definitely after Mural was already out. No, it wasn't after Mural.
I was like, Mural came out.
No, it wasn't after Mural. It was. What's the album he had with Round My Way and stuff on it?
The Mural came out what, like 2017? Was it 2017?
Yeah, because I was about to. I downloaded. It's the last thing I downloaded before I deployed that year, and I listened to Mural on the plane, and I couldn't get off of that song. I just kept playing Mural over and over.
That song is. I saw Lupe live, and then like it was for the Cool, the anniversary of the Cool, and that's one of my favorite albums. So I'm going to see him. And then like there's this fan who was like, "Play Mural." He said that song's like 10 minutes long. Fuck no. And I said, that's crazy. He said that in the microphone. I said, that is wild to say.
Listen, the one I went to, I was in the front. I was in like second person from the stage. Hey man, I'm about to sing this song to the women. Let the women in the front. And I'm sitting there like, you gonna do this one woman song? I'm here for all the other songs. I'm not moving. I'm not moving back. And he got mad at all the guys in the front, like, yo, man, I'm trying to sing a song to the lady. I ain't really trying to look at y'all. I said, don't even worry about it. I turned around. I let him perform that song with my back turned to the stage so he wouldn't have to sing to some dude's face.
Yeah, I'm not moving.
I'm not moving my spot so that you can do SLR with me all the way in the basement because you want to do Bitch Bad. And I'm like, nah, bro. Like, what are we talking about? Yeah, then he gave the mic to a kid to do SLR 2. Like, he had like sequels to SLR. He did SLR 2 and SLR 3. And I don't think he could remember his own lyrics to it. And he gave the mic to some young kid that was like a super Lupe fan in the crowd. And he actually did all the words to like SLR either 2 or 3. And I was just like, yeah, he way more dedicated than me. I ain't memorizing those. Like,
it's got to be hard to remember like those lyrics.
Dude, at one point he switches into fake German where he's just like, and the kid was doing it. And I was just like, yeah, man, I thought I was a Lupe fan. I guess I'm just.
I like Lupe, but I'm not about to memorize everything. That's crazy. Shit. I gotta get ready to go to work. I just look at the time. But,
my bad.
Oh, you good? You good? I actually enjoy this. There's times where I've got on and I've talked to people and it's like 15 minutes and I'm like trying to stretch it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get them to talk. So you don't understand. Like I enjoy this way more than those conversations. There's a conversation that I did with somebody. It ain't never coming out. Never coming out.
I will say it's easy for me to do this mostly because aside from posting pictures of my records or the little videos I might do on TikTok or something like that, I don't talk about my records very much. Like my wife likes music, but she don't love it like this. Like I don't talk to her about my records.
Mm-mm.
She just understands I'll bring them in here. It's something I care about. I can't talk to my kids barely about it. They off in their own world.
Yeah.
My son guaranteed me he'll at least take my collection when I go. I was like, you can sell it maybe like 2 or 3, give it 2 or 3 years before you start selling stuff. But will you take care of my records? He said, yeah. He's 11. He don't know what he locked into.
Yeah.
But, this is one of the few times I actually get to talk about my records. So that's why I can just all day.
All right. I had to cut it all weird. Hopefully there is not a weird like ending of it. Like hopefully it's not too weird to y'all. But we were talking about so much. I didn't do an outro for the episode. But thank y'all for watching. This has been Pressing Matters. I've been your boy Jamal Radio Raheem. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, man. Go follow my boy Hydro. Go listen to his music, man. Watch all the old episodes of Pressing Matters. And I'll be back with another dope episode to step 2. Peace.